here to discuss the destruction that occurred over Michigan is Dustin Norman, warning coordinator meteorologist at the National Weather Service in northern Indiana. Dustin, we hope that you and your family and also your team are doing well. Thank you for joining us today on Weather Command.
Thank you for having me. It's been a rough weekend for a lot of us around here, but we're making it through.
And our hearts go out to you. I think a lot of people don't realize that you guys live where you serve. So it's very tough when you have to be the one to come to work when your family is trying to pick up the pieces at home. Now, folks in southern Michigan, not strangers to severe weather, but you wouldn't necessarily peg an EF3 tornado in March.
Right. Yeah. This has now become the earliest EF3 tornado in Michigan's history. We've recently bumped the winds around the Union City area up to 160 miles per hour. So that actually surpasses the 2021 or 2022 tornado in Gaylord, Michigan. So it's actually the most intense tornado that we've seen in Michigan since the F4 in 1976. So it's been about 50 years since we've seen such an intense tornado occur.
Incredible. And looking at some of the damage, I don't know if you would be able, Dustin, to get in on the specifics as far as that upgrade, because one thing about tornadoes, we don't know how strong they are until the surveys are conducted. I mean, sometimes, but in very rare cases, are we able to measure the winds associated with it? What was the type of damage that ultimately led you guys to bump that estimated wind speed up to achieve that high-end EF3?
Yeah, so one of the properties that my team and I were analyzing was actually on the farthest east of the damaged tract there near Union Lake. It was a blocked home, completely demolished and well anchored into the blocks. What a lot of people don't know is that when we're going out, you know, the enhanced Fujita scale is kind of, you got to look at the damage that the tornado caused to estimate the wind speeds. And when we're looking at tornadoes on the EF3 to potentially EF4 or EF5 or greater than an EF3, we actually stand up what's called a quick response team, which is a national team of experts that have been on a lot of these extremely damaging tornadoes. And we actually consult with each other. So it's not really just me and one other person out there making this determination. I'm out in the field collecting the data, and then we send it back to them and we kind of discuss and talk about it. I'll be honest, I feel like if this tornado had moved into maybe some homes that were better constructed, we might have been able to find evidence and confidence to be able to increase this up a category. However, a lot of these homes were built 40, 50, 60 years ago. And, we're looking at the structure, the integrity of the home. And, we look at like the bottom of the sill plates where the house is attached to the foundation. And if that's not anchored well enough and it fails, it's really hard for us to get up to that wind speed that would hit those EF4, EF5 categories.
It's fascinating because I know it's real technical when you look at those damage indicators, but I think it's an important element. So I appreciate the insight. We were talking about it, wondering what led to that ultimate upgrade. While it still remains an EF3, it's a high-end one now. So
yeah, and obviously important to go back and look at the strength of tornadoes for multiple reasons, but then the next step is using that to help people move forward and hopefully get ourselves into a safer position. So talk about that phase. How do we go from using the survey to improving response time or warning systems?
Yeah, so what these surveys allow us to do is use it for both academia, because it will be used in research later to hopefully improve our forecasting capabilities and alerting. Social scientists use this data to look back and say, well, how could we have communicated this message better? How can we get individuals to act properly in a timely manner to seek shelter? A lot of this goes into the public safety realm or public safety side of things. So there's multifaceted. I'm going to circle back to some of the fatalities that we had in that area, and extremely tragic, but they were associated with manufactured homes and mobile homes. And that's one of the very challenging aspects about my job, is to try and keep people safe. But with these intense tornadoes, with these EF2s, EF3s or greater, you're not safe in a mobile home or a manufactured home. It's just the reality of it. And so we really want to emphasize, how can we better alert and better prepare the public and make sure that people know where to go in case, they get a tornado warning on their phone. But this goes back, it also gives closure to people. A lot of people, the public has a lot of eyes on our rating. And so we really want to make sure that we get this right. The EF0, EF1s, a lot of people, you can take it however you rate it. But when we get up to these higher level categories, we really want to make sure that we're analyzing the structural integrity and getting really into the engineering of these homes to make sure that we get this right, so that we can go back and improve our warnings later down the road.
Yeah, it's all wrapped up into it affecting life and property, and it's so tragic to see that happened from your jurisdiction with your county warned area. I know it's on the northern periphery. You guys butt up right to Grand Rapids National Weather Service office, and it was just that northern tier of counties for your office, and it's so tragic. But really appreciate that insight. It was good.
Dustin Norman, thank you so much. A warning coordinating meteorologist for northern Indiana with the National Weather Service. Thank you so much, Dustin.